Hi guys, Dan here from On Top Marketing, back with another marketing tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how you can get more sales through your e-commerce website without paying for more traffic. Before I jump in and show you exactly how to do this, I just first want to prove that I can actually do it myself and I'm not like a lot of other marketers who say they can do things they can't. I've got to blur out the client name on this one, as I do with a lot of these. This was a white labeled project and it was for a fairly big client. I can't show who it was, but I can show you the results and what I've done. So if I'm in analytics right now, if I create a new report and I do e-commerce conversion rate and I drill down to event action, I feel like the best way to show you this is, because I've got a lot of paid traffic and stuff like that going to this site, the best way to show this is if I do people who added to cart and then actually went ahead and bought and actually made a purchase. So if I just set this here, and then if I set the date to, I believe it was sometime around the 14th of February, and if I just put it to today and then compare that to the previous year. So this is percentage of users and not total transactions. So the traffic has increased, and as you can see, so too has the conversion rate, not because the traffic has increased, but because of the changes I'm about to show you. So right here you can see last year, so February, from the 14th of February till the 10th of April 2019, there was 11.36% e-commerce conversion rate of people who added a product to the cart. Now, from the 14th of February till the 10th of April this year, there's a 25.15% conversion rate, which is 121.32% higher, which is obviously, it's doubled the conversion rate. If you see what I mean, this is major, and this is making them thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds more every single month. So these small changes you're going to learn from this video can result in thousands of pounds every single month. And I've got this on another website as well. Again, fairly big client, can't show it was white labeled, but you know, exactly the same thing. More and more, the more you can increase this conversion rate, the more your budget. We've got ads and stuff that we run to this client, and obviously we're getting more out of our ad budget now. We've got a very positive return on ad spend from this client. So I'm going to talk through exactly how to get the exact same results as what you're seeing right here, a 121% increase in conversion rate. And the best part about this, by the way, is this actual particular site here, this is a WooCommerce website. And so you know that everything that you can see here can be achieved in WooCommerce and pretty much any e-commerce platform for that matter. The very first thing you should do is set up a custom report and set the average quantity by date and have a look through and see if it's more than one. Because if it's one, that means that on average people are buying one product on your website. So if that's the case, what you need to do is get rid of the add to basket concept and change it to buy now. So you can upsell people later on different products, but if on a consistent basis people are just buying one product, there's no point of making it add to basket and then making them click again to get to the basket. So if we look at the website I'm talking about here, this doesn't say, I know I've blurred loads of stuff out here guys, but it's just the way it is, unfortunately. It doesn't say add to basket, it says buy now, and if you click on that, watch what happens. It takes you straight through to the basket page. That's the very first thing you want to do to your website, is get rid of that. Now, I've had a lot of pushback from clients initially on this concept. However, whenever I've implemented it, there's not been any pushback anymore, if it's an industry where you buy one thing like it is with this one right here. The next thing you'll notice is I've actually removed the main menu from this. So the main menu is completely hidden and I've replaced it with these steps. The reason being is if you've got the main menu on the website, you're given a bunch of exit points, places people can easily click away, navigate away and start the procrastination process. People are chronic procrastinators. They don't really get things done. You need to make it very easy for people to actually get things done. If they don't want to buy, they won't buy. If they do want to buy, we want to take away any distractions, is the logic here. So I've got rid of those, and instead we've got this step thing, so you can see where you are. So you need to, you know, this is you're in your basket, then you need to give us your details, then you make your secure payment, and then you complete your orders complete. Now with these icons here, what I've done, obviously the basket is so people, you know, recognize this one is the basket. Then we've got the details with the little phone book logo. Then the secure payment, I've got the padlock, so it gets in people's mind again, look, this is a secured website, it's not insecure. A lot of people's objection is they're not sure if the website's safe. And then the next thing here, in the next step we've got, is the order complete, showing the delivery, the van actually bringing the product to you. If you look at the bottom here, I've got this little graphic. It says you are safe, SSL secured website. Then I've got the website address in here with a padlock, nicely designed graphic. And then I've just got the different payment logos here that they can use. This also helps to increase trust. At the top, what you'll notice is I've got lowest price guaranteed. So this is doubt avoidance. So if people get to this position and they're still not sure, I've got this little message up here to let them know, look, you're not going to get a lower price than this, and the way that we can guarantee that is because we price match. So if they hover, it comes up, we price match all products. I've also here got the phone number of the sales team and a we're here to help. So if they've got any objections at all, they can get on the phone. They've got it right there. The information's there. This header, guys, by the way, is completely redesigned from what it is on all the other pages, because the other pages got links to, sales and the link to go to the basket, the address for the stores, stuff like that. And then I've just got the opening hours, call us weekdays, call us Saturday at this time here. As we go down at the bottom here, I've got the logo again. I've got this SSL secured checkout here with the payment options again. And then I've got this excellent reviews. If you click on that, it pulls up a page about, it pulls up a little box that just shows some of the reviews that customers have left. And then down the bottom here, what I've done, I've removed out some of the other stuff because there used to be a menu down here, and I've just got in here the copyright, the client name, and then the current year, customer service page, terms and conditions page, privacy, cookies, and then I've just replaced down here where it used to have an accreditation to who built the website. I've replaced that on these pages with the company's house number, so registered number, and then wherever, England. So I've got rid of all of the exit points here, apart from the ones that may aid in the sale, things like customer service. People are often interested in returns policies, stuff like that, so I've left that in there, but as you can see, it's not very prominent. The most prominent thing on this page is this big yellow button right here. This page, as you can see, is blue. The opposite colour to blue is gold, so this big sort of gold, orangey, yellow, whatever you want to call it, button here is the most prominent thing on the page. It stands out the most. And that's why this basket page has been designed in this way. So I would take a look at this from what you can see. As I say, sorry, I've got to blur so much. I would take a look at what you can see here and try to emulate this onto your basket as much as possible. Another thing that's really worth pointing out with this page is that although you can't see it, the rest of the website is designed exactly the same as this. So although I've completely redesigned it, changed everything around, when you're on the main website, you get this logo at the top right here. It's the exact same size, it sits in the exact same place, it's got the exact same amount of padding around it. Next to it, where I have the phone number, we're here to help, this is a search bar, and it's a white bar where you can type in your search query, and I've replaced that element with this white text here, so it looks very similar. It's not exactly the same, and if you look close, obviously you'll notice it, but if you just glance, you ain't going to notice there's a big difference. And the same thing, this where it's got the lowest price guaranteed, that's usually something else that's there. Is some links, navigational stuff, which I've taken out, replaced with that so that you can't navigate away. This where I've got these steps here of the checkout, that's usually for USPs that's designed in a very similar way. It usually says about how it's got the lowest price guaranteed, the free delivery, the finance options, and the testimonials. I've just taken those off because they're not going to aid in the sale at this stage. Instead, replaced it with these steps, so when people hit this page, they don't go, oh my god, I'm on another website, I'm being scammed, this ain't right for me, and go away. Instead, they look, and it looks like they're on the exact same sort of page, whereas really they're on a completely different page. It just looks similar. Another thing to point out is I made the design so much tighter, so I took off loads and loads of padding across the board on the site so that the products would come up higher above the scroll, and also to make sure that on the basket and the checkout pages that we're not on laptops, we're not below the scroll when it comes to clicking on the proceed to checkout. The other thing that's critically important is that your basket, checkout, the whole process looks brilliant on a mobile phone, because over 50% of the traffic that you'll probably be getting to your e-commerce website will be on a mobile phone. It will vary depending on the industry, but you will see this, especially if it's B2C. You'll usually see more people on a mobile phone. If it's business to business, you usually got people sitting at their work and stuff like that. But when it's this sort of stuff, it's usually predominantly mobile phones. So you want to make sure it looks good here. Now, I have noticed across quite a few e-commerce sites that you'll get more traffic on mobile phones, but you'll get more e-commerce sales on desktop. And I think the reason is that, especially with this particular customer right here, a lot of their traffic is a little bit older, and people don't really trust the mobile websites as much as they do on their proper desktop, when they can see everything, they know there's nothing hidden, all the rest of it. So what I done here, hid the steps because it didn't really convey the same message, hid the price match promise because it was pushing the page down too far below the scroll, and just kept it all super clean, super tight, and made sure that there was nothing broken. Because if your website looks broken, it comes back to this trust. It makes it a little bit harder for people to trust that your website is safe to use. You need to make sure that nothing looks broken. Everything looks like it's meant to be that way, and just make it look as easy to navigate as possible. When we then go through to the checkout page, what I've done is I've made it so that you can see, again, by the steps here, very easily where you are and how close you are to getting the thing that you're trying to buy. This one is sort of opacited out almost, so that you can see you've done that one and you're on your details right now. As we come down, what I've done here is, if you look on the left side where I've actually got the fields that need to be input, I have taken out absolutely everything that isn't essential. So initially this had country in here, and I see so many e-commerce sites doing this that will only actually deliver to the UK, and they'll still have a field for country. Anything that you do not need, I've gotten rid of from this particular form right here. So whenever you ask someone to do another thing, you're going to get a drop off. Whenever you add another click, whenever you add another input field, whatever it is, there will be a percentage of people that will drop off. And when you actually work this stuff out, a 0.01% increase in conversion rate can be thousands of pounds a year. So you need to make sure that you're really going at this to the nth degree. It might seem a little bit obsessive, but you have to be in this game. So everything from here has been removed that isn't necessary. I've made it very clean so you can see exactly what you're doing. And again, I've got the button here with the exact same colour scheme, again, standing out more than anything else on the page. So people know exactly where to click through to when they get there. And again, guys, take note of the terminology in here. Pay securely with SagePay. It's not just pay now, it's not buy now, it's not just simply, it's pay securely with SagePay. When we're looking here, when it's giving you the options, it's saying pay via credit/debit card with SagePay secure card processing. It's not just pay with SagePay, it's that it's securely pay with them. And I've also obviously got here a subtotal breakdown of the cost, so people know when they get through, because this then sends them off to SagePay, and people now know that when they get through to SagePay, that's the exact amount they're going to see. If they see anything other than that, again, they're going to think this is a con, I'm being ripped off. So I've broke down there, you can see exactly what the cost is, exactly how much it's going to be. The next step on from this, what I've done, and it's not worth showing because I've got to blur it out anyway, but when it goes through to SagePay, it's again got the client logo featured there, and this is one to watch because I've seen a lot of clients in the past have this, and you go there and the logo is missing or the logo is a broken image. Very important to get the logo there, because when you've gone off the site, you need people to see that so they're sure that they're on the right thing. People are used to all these scams and pop-ups and rubbish that comes up on the internet nowadays. You've got to make sure people can definitely see, right, I'm on the right place here. So that's it. Looking at the checkout page, the sort of core fundamental things that are important. Take away anything you don't need. Make it tight. Make it obvious where you've got to click. Make people feel like they're on a website that's not broken or insecure. And then also, once again, make sure that the responsive design, the mobile web design, so when people are on their phones, their tablets, all of that sort of stuff, that it looks outstanding across the whole range of devices that people are on. Now, after you do this and you send off the payment, and then it comes back to the order complete page, at that point what you want to do, I have had some really good success with this. In terms of conversion rate on this element, it's been outstanding, better than anything else. For this is, if you want to offer a email opt-in. So if you're running an e-commerce site and you're not doing email marketing, start doing it right now. Don't bother watching any more of this video. Sign up to Aweber or MailChimp or something. Start email marketing right now, because that's how you're going to keep customers on your platform. As soon as they buy, when they come back and it says, checkout complete, your purchase is on the way, blah, blah, then you want to hit them with a pop-up that says something along the lines of, don't miss another deal. And then just break down very short, keep it very short and sweet, and just say to them, if you want to make sure you don't miss a sale at our store, make sure you join up to our email list and be the first to be notified. Then just, ask for name. I like to ask for name because I think it will, although your conversion rate will drop off because you only need an email address, your ultimate conversion rate will do better when you can send what seems to be more personalized emails long term. So ask for name, email, and then, if you've got a small service area, I like to ask for postcode so I know who I'm emailing and make sure that they're actually, you can sell to them, you're not just wasting time with them. Ask for that right there and then, and it works really well. And the reason I say it performs better than most other things that I've tried, because I do exit intent pop-ups where as people mouse away from the page to hit back, so when their mouse literally goes up here to go back, then it hits them with a pop-up, and you'll get some results through that sort of stuff. But it will never be as high as it will be after they complete a purchase, because at that time, after they've made a purchase, they're feeling good about themselves and they're feeling good about the company. So they've made a commitment. A sale is a decision. If you buy something, you're in agreement with that company. You've made a decision. I'm using this company, and there's a cognitive bias called inconsistency avoidance tendency, where people will, if you've gone through the process of saying yes, yes, yes multiple times, you've probably heard of collecting yeses. In a sales situation, if people have gone through the process, yes, 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 at the end they get to a position where they're like, okay, I've said yes all these times, I'm going to say yes again. And after they come back and they've just made that big commitment right there, and you just say, don't miss the next one, it'd be inconsistent for them to not actually go ahead and sign up. And that's why you'll notice that, I can't remember the exact numbers now, but I think it was somewhere around like 45% of people was actually opting in. And you won't get that on any exit intent pop-up or anything like that. And the very best part is, these people that are opting in are actually people that have bought from you in the past. And we all know that somebody who has bought something in the past is more likely to buy from you again. So it is a win-win. And don't miss out, because there's no loss in doing it. If they don't want to do it, they can just click close. So there's literally nothing to lose, everything to gain. So really important, get a newsletter pop-up on the success page. So that's some of the main things I've done to make sure that the more people who click on buy now actually go through and complete their order, as you saw at the beginning with the Google Analytics. But I just want to break down something else I've done, which is how I actually got more people to click on buy now as well. So aside from that over 100% increase, how I got more people to get into that in the first place. And again, I know I've hidden a bunch of stuff, but I'm just going to break down some of the things I've done here. At the top here, you can see it says this product is available with free delivery now. So that is, when I talk about cognitive biases, that's availability bias. So it's telling people this is available for you right now, and you get free delivery. Free delivery is a big part in e-commerce success. If you're offering free delivery versus somebody who's not offering it, you'll always win out, because people don't want to pay for delivery. They don't expect to no more. Most people do it for free. Then as you come down, what you can see, obviously I've got this sale icon up here. You can see the was price and the now price. This is what's called contrast misreaction tendency. So this is all about the decision making process. When people see that the price was higher, now it's lower, they're more likely to buy it right now. And when something's on sale, people know sales don't last forever, right? So there's a bit more urgency. And then the red color in here, obviously same thing, is to increase the urgency in there. A lot of people won't show a was price, and it's crazy. Show the was price. You must show the was price. It will increase your conversion rate. And then the other thing is here, there's this little bar down here that follows you as you scroll around the site. During this company's opening hours, I got a JavaScript code written for me that I put on the site. And if you click on that, it says need help. And when you click on it, it says phone lines are open, and it has the telephone number there. I've replaced it for obvious reasons. But, it will show that there. And the reason being, there's actually, so this particular customer here, predominantly older ladies visit this website and buy from this website, and there's a book by Bridget Brennan called Why She Buys, which is all about female psychology when purchasing from a company. And there's a big part in here is about how women will ask for help and they like to get help. Men don't really like asking for help so much. That's not to say you shouldn't do this if it was a predominantly male site, but absolutely do it if your site is mainly targeting women. It says here, so this is a quick quote from the book. Buy the book, by the way, if you're a marketer, buy the book, because you might as well know this stuff. If you're going to be in it for a while, you might as well know as much as you can. This is worth reading. Women believe that asking for help is an efficient way to get something done, and they won't hesitate to ask for something if you make help available to them. It's impossible to know how many women have walked out the door or abandoned a website simply because they couldn't find the help they need in an easy or timely fashion. Too much is better than too little. So that's why on every single page you go on, there's that need help there. And that's to let people know they can phone up at any time, talk to a real human being. This is a pretty big advert I've got going as well, is all on this concept. And that's also why, obviously, when we was on the basket earlier, you could see it said there, we're here to help, blah, blah, because, as I say, a lot of people pick up the phone and dial this number, and I know that because I track phone calls in Google Ads, and I can see a lot of people do get on the phone, and they want to talk through the sale before they do it, especially, older people who aren't really so sort of grew up with the technology, if you see what I mean, like somebody in their 20s, 30s might have. You get somebody in their 50s, they're a little bit suspicious. They want to know, is there a real human dealing with this? Am I being conned? Is it trustworthy, etc.? But yeah, definitely, especially if the majority of your traffic is female, offer as much help as you can. Keep reminding them, we're here to help, we're here to help, we're here to help. Another thing that's super important that I know you can't see is that you show multiple angles of the product. So on the left here, where I've got it whited out, I've actually got here a bunch of different angles of this product. I've got people using this product. I've got this product in people's homes so they can see exactly how it will be when they get it. You've got to bear in mind with all this stuff that, you show them one image. This person's about to spend £659. They want to make sure they're getting the right thing. Nobody wants to throw money away. Even the richest man in the world don't want to throw money away. So they want to make sure that they've got what they're looking for right here. So show them multiple images of it so they can see that. Because for the most part, a lot of the objections people have aren't real. And if it is real and you hide it, all it's going to do is get returned anyway. So it's just, you've just lost money on getting somebody to deliver it, basically. The next point I want to make is on copy length. So below I've got an introduction copy here that I've had to block out. But then below that, I've got loads of copy on this particular product, and I have on all the ones that are sort of higher priced. And the reason is, and this is where you'll get lots and lots of conflicting ideas on this topic. But basically, I think it comes from this social media sort of outlook where we're getting people to, on social media, do small opt-ins to mailing lists and stuff, because a lot of people will say that you should have shorter copy and it will convert better. I have found that on a lot of occasions. I've not found that on e-commerce products. If you have an e-commerce product that doesn't have much content on it, all that's telling people is this product isn't very important. It's not very good. Otherwise, obviously, you'd have written about it, right? I mean, it doesn't take a genius to work that out, but because we get the gurus and stuff give this advice, it often makes us think that, what should be sort of common knowledge is wrong. I will also back this up with, in Ogilvy on Advertising, so one of David Ogilvy's books, he talked about this exact thing. And basically his stance on this was, so bear in mind this is one of the greatest advertisers that ever lived. He said that all my experience says that for a great many products, long copy sells more than short. I have failed twice with long copy, once for a popular price cigar and once for a premium price whiskey. Here are 9 examples which were successful. Then he goes on to talk about different advertisements that had lots of words. So this one's 6,450. He's got loads of examples here. 700, 600, 800, 4,750. Some of the other people here, he's talking about Claude Hopkins, another one of the early greats. So a lot of people were using that. And then when it comes at the end here, he says, I believe, without any research to support me, that advertising with long copy conveys the impression that you have something important to say, whether people read the copy or not. So again, it's exactly what I'm saying, guys. If your copy on your product page is long form, people are going to look at that and they're going to go, okay, this is clearly an important product, it's clearly good, otherwise they wouldn't be able to say this much stuff about it. Now, I'm not going to bore you with copywriting because, you know, either hire a copywriter or you'll know how to do it yourself, but that's not to say if you put a load of gumph on a page, it would convert better. Your copy still needs to be good, so make sure it passes the so what test, and you're talking about benefits, obviously, instead of features, you know, and yeah, just make sure that you've got lots and lots of content on the page. I would say go for sort of minimum of 300 and sort of try and stick to around 300 to 1,000, I would say, on a product that's worth investing the time in. Now, this one here, this product, for example, this has been around for a while. It's not going anywhere. It's a good seller. They're not going to stop selling this. So it made sense for me to invest the time in writing out the whole copy for this. If you've got products that sort of don't last for long, then that's when it's going to be a little bit more difficult to justify the time. But if you've got a product that's going to be around for a year or more, you know, get more content on there and it will sell better. Guys, I know this video has been long. It's been a lot like a podcast because I haven't had any visuals or anything like that going on here, and I've blurred out most of the video. But I want to thank you for sticking around with me for this long. I've got one last piece of advice I want to give you before I end this off, that I think may be very profitable for you, and that is to install the Google Analytics plugin for Chrome on your Google Chrome web browser, and go to your homepage. And what that will do is that will pull up, it will show you the pages people have gone to from your homepage. Now, most of the traffic that goes to your homepage will be branded traffic, so people looking for your company's website, and you'll be able to see what page they go to from that homepage. Now, because as time goes on, our attention spans as human beings get shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter. We all want everything now. We don't want to click around. We don't want to wait for things to load, all the rest of it. We want it right now. So you want to make sure that the main things that people click on are prominent on that homepage. When I say prominent, I mean above the scroll. I mean in order of importance. So if you go onto Google Chrome, visit your website's homepage, have a look, see what the percentages are. If you're a clothes shop and you sell t-shirts, hats, shoes, dresses, whatever, if t-shirts gets 20% of the clicks from the homepage, you want to make sure that you feature the t-shirts category link in a call to action box or something like that as the first thing, because that's what most people want. So give people exactly what they want. That's the whole thing here, is about give people what they want, and don't try to take anything that they don't need to give or want to give if it won't affect your income, basically. So listen, I'm going to end the video here. I've included everything I can think of on the top of my head for e-commerce conversion rates, but I'm sure I've missed out a ton of stuff. So if you've got questions, make sure to drop it in the comment section down below, and I'll do my best to get back to you. If you're looking for an agency to help with your e-commerce website, you can always get in touch. On Top Marketing Limited is the name. Google us, and if you're a marketer, then definitely subscribe to this channel because I'm going to do more videos like this. And also just drop a like. And again, guys, thanks for sticking with me through this video, and I'll see you in the next one.